and its plans to prepare for and threaten to wage nuclear war. We members of the Dorothy Day Catholic Worker and Witness Against Torture and students who have come here today, we stand here at the center of war making on our planet to say yes to love, justice, and life, and no to the death-dealing policies of a war-making empire. God calls us to love and never to torture, kill, and wage war. Witness Against Torture formed in 2005 when 25 Catholic workers and other peacemakers from the United States went to the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center and attempted to visit the detainees being held at the facility. For the last 13 years, members of Witness Against Torture have fasted and engaged in numerous nonviolent actions to call for the closing of Guantanamo. Today is the first day of Witness Against Torture's week-long fast for justice to mark the 17th year when the first detainees were taken to Guantanamo on January 11th, 2002. We call for the immediate closing of Guantanamo and for an end to the crime of torture and indefinite detention. Let us say together, end the crime of torture, close Guantanamo now. End the crime of torture, close Guantanamo now. End the crime of torture, close Guantanamo now.
Today, 40 men continue to languish at Guantanamo, most for the last 17 years, never knowing their fate and with no resolution to their cases in sight. We need to see these men as members of our own blood family and act on their behalf. And we'll do the refrain again. End the crime of torture.
Close Guantanamo now. End the crime of torture. Close Guantanamo now.
We remember and pray for all victims of the U.S. empire, including the 9 men who have died at Guantanamo since its opening. Adan Latif was one of these men who have been all but forgotten. Latif, who spent more than 10 years at Guantanamo without ever being charged with a crime, would often go on a hunger strike to protest his unjust confinement. A Yemeni citizen, poet, father, husband, Latif was subject to severe beatings, druggings, and torture. He had been cleared for release at least 4 separate times, yet continued to be imprisoned. On September 8th, 2012, Latif was found dead in his cell. No independent investigation has been conducted into his death or the deaths of the other 8 detainees. And the refrain, end the crime of torture.